Married, with Children was a groundbreaking sitcom that ran from 1987 to 1997, known for its outrageous humor, dysfunctional family dynamics, and unforgettable characters. While the show made audiences laugh for over a decade, some of the actors who brought this iconic series to life have since passed away, some under tragic and unexpected circumstances. In this video, we take a closer look at the stars we've lost, exploring their careers, personal lives, and the stories behind their untimely deaths. Join us as we remember and celebrate the lives of those who made this classic show so unforgettable. Janet Carroll, born on December 24, 1940, joined the cast of Married, with Children in 1994, playing Gary, Al Bundy's demanding and occasionally cruel boss, at the age of 54. Gary's character was a significant antagonist in Al's life, frequently adding tension to the plot. Carroll's career was built on her ability to portray tough, authoritative roles, but she was often relegated to the sidelines in Hollywood, never fully breaking out into leading parts. Behind the scenes, Carroll faced significant personal struggles, particularly with alcoholism, which impacted her relationships on set. She developed a reputation as a difficult actress, with many recounting her temper and unpredictable behavior. Her personal life was no less tumultuous, marked by failed relationships and her inability to find lasting happiness. Despite her talent, Carroll's career stalled, and her tragic battle with addiction overshadowed her professional achievements. She passed away on May 22, 2012, at the age of 71, due to complications from diabetes. Kathleen Freeman, born on February 17, 1923, voiced Peg Bundy's mother on Married, with Children starting in 1995 at age 72. Freeman's career spanned decades, with her tough, no-nonsense persona making her a sought-after character actress. However, Freeman's personal life was fraught with pain. She was married once, but her divorce left lasting scars, and she struggled to connect with others afterward. Her later years were marked by a series of personal losses, including the death of close family members. Freeman's battle with lung cancer, which she kept mostly private, further solidified her image as a strong, stoic figure. Despite being beloved in her professional life, her personal struggles went largely unnoticed by the public. Freeman passed away on August 23, 2001, at the age of 78, leaving behind a body of work that resonated with audiences but a life filled with personal hardships that few knew about. Steve Suskind, born on October 3, 1942, became known for his portrayal of Barney in Married, with Children starting in 1987 at the age of 45. Barney was a recurring character who often found himself in awkward yet humorous situations, adding to the show's comedic landscape. Suskind's career was marked by versatility, but his personal life was filled with controversy. His marriage crumbled under the weight of allegations of infidelity, which became a source of public scandal. He also struggled with alcohol abuse, which compounded his career difficulties. While his talent was widely acknowledged, Suskind's reputation for being difficult to work with, combined with his erratic behavior and bouts of depression, led to a slow decline in acting roles. His career was never able to regain the momentum it once had. Tragically, on January 21, 2005, Suskind died in a car accident at the age of 62, his later years defined by both personal demons and unrealized potential. J.J. Johnston, born on October 24, 1933, appeared as the minor character Bebe in Married, with Children starting in 1987 at the age of 54. Although his role was brief, Johnston's personal life made more headlines than his acting career. Johnston's life was mired by controversy, with numerous legal issues and a particularly scandalous embezzlement case early in his life that tainted his reputation. His struggles with alcohol were well documented, and his relationships were marked by volatility and dysfunction. On set, Johnston was known for being difficult to work with, earning a reputation for his temper and erratic behavior. Despite his talent, Johnston's career never truly flourished, and his personal demons kept him from realizing his full potential in Hollywood. After years of struggling with addiction and personal issues, Johnston passed away on November 4, 2022, at age 89 from natural causes, leaving a life full of controversies and a career that could have been much more. Tim Conway was born on December 15, 1933, and joined Married, with children in 1995 at the age of 62, playing Ephraim Lanker, Peg Bundy's eccentric father. Ephraim's quirky behavior was a fitting addition to the show's outrageous humor, but Conway's career was overshadowed by darker personal struggles. His off-screen life was marred by a failed marriage, with allegations of infidelity and reckless spending. Despite his comedic genius, Conway often clashed with co-stars, creating tensions on set. Behind the scenes, his personal demons were evident, including a well-documented struggle with alcoholism. These issues led to his later career being marked by stints in B-list projects and falling out of favor with some of Hollywood's top-tier producers. Tragically, Conway's health issues, culminating in his death from complications of normal pressure hydrocephalus, painted a sad end to his otherwise groundbreaking career. While he was loved by fans, many of his peers recalled him as a lonely figure, grappling with his own insecurities and mistakes until his passing on May 14, 2019, at the age of 85. Mary Pat Green, born on September 24, 1951, played Marge in Married, with children starting in 1993 at age 42. Green's career was solid, but her personal life was chaotic. She had a series of tumultuous relationships, including a high-profile affair with a fellow co-star that became public and caused significant scandal. Green's mental health struggles, particularly with depression, were well known within the industry, and her erratic behavior on set became a point of concern. As her career waned in the 2000s, her personal life began to unravel further, marked by strained relationships with her children and close friends. Green was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in her later years, which led to her withdrawal from the public eye. She passed away on September 9, 2024, at the age of 72, after a long battle with the disease, leaving behind a legacy of talent but a life overshadowed by personal struggles and scandals. Diana Bellamy, born September 19, 1943, played the minor yet memorable role of customer number 1 on Married, with children in 1987 at the age of 44. Though her character didn't leave a long-lasting impact on the storyline, Bellamy's personal life was anything but quiet. A hard-working actress, she struggled to break out of the typecasting that pigeonholed her into minor roles, facing constant battles in an unforgiving industry. Bellamy's personal relationships were tumultuous, with her brief marriage to a fellow actor that ended in scandal after it was revealed he was involved in a high-profile affair with a much younger woman. This scandal overshadowed her career, pushing her to the fringes of Hollywood. Bellamy, often described as a fiery and determined woman, quietly battled her own health issues, including a battle with cancer that she kept hidden from the public. Her career quietly dwindled, and her death on June 17, 2001, at 57, from cancer, marked the end of a career that never fully realized its potential. Alan Thicke, born on March 1, 1947, portrayed Bruce in Married, with children in 1996 at the age of 49. Bruce was a wealthy, suave, and charming character, which seemed to contrast sharply with Thicke's real-life struggles. Although he was known for his wholesome image on Growing Pains, his personal life was far from ideal. Thicke faced public battles with infidelity during his second marriage to model Gina Tollison, and his relationship with his son, Robin Thicke, was marred by the latter's own personal scandals. Thicke's career, though successful in early years, began to spiral with his inability to escape the typecasting of the perfect dad. His personal demons included battles with alcohol and failed relationships, all of which undermined his public image. Thicke's sudden death on December 13, 2016, at 69 from a heart attack revealed the hidden turmoil beneath his charming exterior, with his final years marked by unresolved family issues and mounting pressures. Jean Spiegel Howard, born January 31, 1927, appeared unmarried, with children in 1994 as Seal, the comical mother-in-law, at the age of 67. Though her role was small, her portrayal added to the show's chaotic charm. But Howard's life wasn't as smooth as her on-screen persona. Struggling with personal demons, she experienced failed relationships and was often in the tabloids due to her problematic romantic entanglements. Behind the scenes, she was known for her explosive temperament, often getting into heated arguments with her fellow castmates. Howard's final years were marred by health issues, primarily related to heart and respiratory problems. These battles took a toll on her career and personal life. Despite her career beginning to taper off in her later years, she was still beloved by those who knew her best. She passed away on September 2, 2000, at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy of both on-screen charm and off-screen controversy. Jean LeBell, born October 9, 1932, played the minor yet memorable role of Black Ben on Married, with children in 1987, at the age of 55. LeBell's career outside of acting was filled with high-profile scandals that often overshadowed his time in Hollywood. Best known for his career as a stuntman and martial artist, LeBell found himself involved in a notorious incident in which he was accused of violent behavior on set, including a public altercation with another actor. His temper and hard-partying lifestyle led to frequent disputes within the stunt community, making him a controversial figure. But the most shocking revelation came years later, when it was reported that LeBell had faced multiple allegations of sexual misconduct in his earlier years, incidents that were quietly swept under the rug by powerful industry figures. As a man who lived on the fringes of Hollywood, his struggles with legal issues and personal vices were well known, but never fully addressed in the public eye. He died on August 9, 2022, at the age of 89. Jennifer Eckles, born July 25, 1954, joined Married, with children in 1995, at the age of 41, playing the character Gwen. Gwen may have been a small role, but Eckles was a force in the entertainment industry, though her career faced some controversies. Eckles' personal life was marred by scandals that often threatened her reputation. She had an infamous fling with a much older married director, which made headlines at the time. Later, her outspokenness on social issues led to her being blacklisted by some Hollywood power players. Despite these setbacks, she tried to regain control of her career, seeking roles that pushed boundaries, but public opinion was often unkind. Her career is now more remembered for its struggles, with several of her projects facing harsh reviews. While still active in the industry, her past has always been a shadow she could never fully escape. Eckles' personal and professional missteps have been the subject of much public speculation, and while she continues to work, her legacy is marred by both personal and professional hurdles. She passed away on July 16, 2018 at 63. Carol Ann Susi, born on February 2, 1952, played Franny in Married, with children in 1995, at 43. Susie's career was largely confined to smaller roles, and she struggled with the frustration of being typecast in comedic parts, often missing out on opportunities for more serious work. Off-screen, Susie's life was a series of personal challenges. Her relationships were often tumultuous, marked by failed engagements and personal heartache, which she largely kept private. Though she found some success with her voice work on The Big Bang Theory, Susie's dissatisfaction with her career persisted throughout her life. Her untimely death from cancer on November 11, 2014, at 62, shocked many, as she had continued to work despite her health battles. Her struggles to break free from typecasting, combined with the loneliness of her private life, cast a shadow over her career, despite her undeniable talent. Sam Kinison, born on December 8, 1953, portrayed Angel in Married, with Children in 1989, at 36. Kinison was known for his loud, unapologetic comedy and larger-than-life personality, but his real life was just as chaotic as his performances. He became infamous for his substance abuse issues, which fueled his erratic behavior and alienated both friends and colleagues. Kinison's marriages, especially his second, were marked by abuse allegations and public meltdowns, painting a picture of a man spiraling out of control. His temper and unpredictable nature made him a difficult personality to work with, despite his success. His death on April 10, 1992, at 38, in a car accident, shocked the world, and while he was a comedic genius, his destructive lifestyle and personal turmoil led to a career that burned brightly but far too briefly. Kinison's untimely death left a trail of what-ifs, as his struggles seemed to rob him of the potential for greater success. Joseph Bologna, born on December 30, 1934, portrayed Charlie Verducci in Married, with Children in 1991, at 57. Bologna's career had its highs but was marred by personal issues that affected his reputation. Known for his comedic timing, his personal life was rife with scandal. His long marriage to actress Renee Taylor was frequently tested by infidelity and public arguments, which were often played out in the tabloids. Bologna was also notorious for his difficult behavior on set, clashing with directors and fellow actors. He struggled with alcohol and other vices, which only worsened as he aged, isolating him from the Hollywood scene. His death from pancreatic cancer on August 13, 2017, at 82, closed the chapter on a career overshadowed by personal turmoil. While he had a successful career, Bologna's public life was overshadowed by the controversies surrounding his personal habits and strained relationships. Bubba Smith, born on February 28, 1945, played himself on Married, with Children in 1991 at the age of 46. A former NFL star, Smith transitioned into acting after his football career ended, notably appearing in the Police Academy franchise. Despite his impressive physique and comedic timing, Smith's career faced setbacks as he struggled with his personal life. His long battle with alcohol became public, and it affected both his acting roles and his health. Smith's public image took a hit as his addiction issues overshadowed his earlier success. While he was known for his large frame and humorous persona, his personal struggles eventually led to professional difficulties, with fewer acting opportunities coming his way. In his later years, Smith became reclusive, his health deteriorating due to years of substance abuse. On August 3, 2011, he passed away at the age of 66 due to drug intoxication, a tragic end to a career that could have been much more, had he been able to overcome his demons. Lisa Robin Kelly, born on March 5, 1970, portrayed Carol on Married, with Children in 1992 at 22. Kelly's career began with promise, especially after landing a role on That 70s Show. However, her personal life quickly spiraled out of control due to substance abuse. Struggling with alcohol and drug addiction, Kelly's once promising career stalled as her personal problems became public. She also experienced a turbulent marriage, which reportedly involved abuse, further contributing to her emotional and mental distress. Throughout the 2000s, Kelly faced several arrests and rehab stints, with her career taking a major hit due to her inability to stay sober and maintain a professional reputation. Kelly's life and career were marred by a series of tragic events that overshadowed her acting achievements. Tragically, she passed away on August 15, 2013, at 43 from multiple drug intoxication, a heartbreaking end to a life that had been filled with potential but ultimately destroyed by addiction and personal strife. Richard Moll, born on January 13, 1943, played Gino on Married, with Children in 1996 at 53. Moll, renowned for his role as Bull Shannon on Night Court, was a towering figure in Hollywood, known for his deep voice and imposing physicality. Despite his fame, Moll's career was often weighed down by typecasting, leaving him in roles that didn't allow him to fully express his acting range. Moll's personal life also had its challenges. He faced struggles with depression, and his battle with typecasting left him feeling frustrated and often disillusioned with Hollywood. Over the years, his career seemed to stall, and he grew increasingly dissatisfied with the roles he was offered. Moll's struggles with his image as Bull Shannon led to a retreat from public life, and he often felt as though he had been pigeonholed into one role for too long. On October 26, 2023, Moll passed away at 80 from natural causes. His death marked the end of a career that spanned decades but was often overshadowed by his personal and professional battles. Gary Coleman, born on February 8, 1968, played the property inspector on Married, with Children in 1994 at 26. Coleman became a household name as a child star on Diff'rent Strokes, but his transition into adulthood was plagued by financial mismanagement and legal battles. In his early adulthood, Coleman was embroiled in a public and bitter legal fight with his parents over control of his fortune. Despite his popularity as a child, his career after Diff'rent Strokes was marked by poor roles and continued financial and personal turmoil. Coleman faced numerous legal issues, including lawsuits and trouble with his finances, which were heavily impacted by his parents' alleged mismanagement. His personal life was filled with ups and downs, including failed marriages and ongoing legal battles. Unfortunately, his struggles only deepened as he grew older, and Coleman passed away on May 28, 2010, at the age of 42 from a brain hemorrhage. His death was the tragic end to a life that was once filled with promise but became a cautionary tale of child star pitfalls, financial abuse, and personal turmoil. Richard Paul, born on June 6, 1940, appeared as the sheriff on Married, with Children in 1987 at the age of 47. A veteran actor, Paul was often cast in smaller roles and stereotypical parts, which left him frustrated with the trajectory of his career. His time on the show, while brief, added a quirky charm to the character of the sheriff, but his professional life never saw the kind of fame he longed for. Behind the scenes, Paul struggled with feeling trapped in a cycle of typecast roles. Personal setbacks compounded his professional disappointments, particularly his battle with cancer. Throughout his career, Paul was vocal about wanting more substantial, complex roles, but these opportunities remained elusive. His struggle with typecasting and the toll of his illness prevented him from reaching the career heights he had hoped for. Richard Paul passed away on December 25, 1998, at the age of 58 due to cancer, leaving behind a legacy of roles that, though memorable, were often overshadowed by the frustration of unmet potential. King Kong Bundy, born November 7, 1955, portrayed himself in Married, with Children in 1988 at 33. A towering figure at 6 feet 4 inches and 458 pounds, Bundy's role added a wrestling flair to the show, capitalizing on his infamous status as a professional wrestler. Despite his success in the ring, Bundy's career was far from smooth sailing. Behind the scenes, Bundy's aggressive persona often spilled over into his personal life. Known for his temper, he had numerous run-ins with others in the wrestling world, and his behavior outside the ring was often unpredictable and abrasive. His personal life was plagued by a series of failed relationships and allegations of substance abuse, though much of it remained shrouded in secrecy. His downfall in wrestling was tied to both his physical limitations and a changing industry that no longer had room for his larger-than-life persona. Bundy's later years were marked by health struggles, and his battle with diabetes ultimately led to his death on March 4, 2019, at the age of 63. George Plimpton, born March 18, 1927, played himself in Married, with Children in 1995 at the age of 68. His character brought an air of literary sophistication to the show, but behind this intellectual exterior lay a troubled life. Plimpton was a celebrated journalist, known for his participatory approach to sports and culture, but his personal life was filled with contradictions. Despite his reputation as a literary figure, he was often criticized for his patrician attitude, which alienated many in both the literary and celebrity circles. His marriage was less than ideal, with rumors swirling about infidelity and his apparent emotional distance from his wife. Plimpton's later years were marred by health issues, including a heart attack, and his tendency to drink heavily added to his personal turmoil. George passed away on September 25, 2003, at the age of 76, due to natural causes, but his legacy remains complicated by his personal demons. Sonya Eddy was born on June 17, 1967, and appeared as Arlene in Married, with Children in 1995, when she was 28 years old. Though her role as Arlene was minor, her performance was memorable for its comedic charm, which added a light-hearted touch to the show's often outrageous dynamics. Off-screen, however, Eddy's life was filled with both triumph and hardship. Despite her breakout role in General Hospital, where she became a fan favorite, her career was marked by ups and downs, including long periods of unemployment and a struggle to land substantial roles. Behind the scenes, Eddy was known to battle with her health, facing multiple surgeries and chronic health issues that took a toll on her personal and professional life. Eddy's romantic life was equally tumultuous. She had a series of relationships that seemed to end in heartbreak, and some close to her said she struggled with feelings of isolation. Her death on December 19, 2022, at just 55 years old from an infection following surgery, left her fans in shock. Rance Howard, born November 17, 1928, made a brief but memorable appearance as Edwin in Married, with Children in 1996 at 68. His portrayal of the no-nonsense father figure added an element of comedy to the show, but Howard's real-life experiences painted a more complicated picture. Though he was known for his steady work in both film and television, Howard's personal life was far from the picture of stability. Behind closed doors, Howard's relationships with his children were often strained, and his marriage to actress Jean Spiegel Howard was marked by periods of tension. Known for his stern and serious demeanor, Howard struggled with feelings of alienation within the Hollywood community, often feeling overshadowed by his son Ron Howard's massive success. Though he quietly worked through these frustrations, his struggles were never fully made public. Rance passed away on November 25, 2017, at the age of 89 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy tainted by his personal and professional battles. Who is your favorite character in Married, with Children? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.